Sports bikes from the 80s and 90s are still popular with enthusiasts. Unfortunately, their plastic fairings are easily damaged and virtually impossible to replace nowadays. This Honda VFR 750 Interceptor's fairing was cracked in a side stand tip-over incident. The fairing is made of ABS plastic, very common on sports bikes of the 80s, 90s, and even today. With Polyvance's Plastifix rigid plastic repair system, damaged motorcycle fairings can be quickly and easily repaired. This video shows our repair process. First, we cleaned the plastic with soap and water. Then we used Polyvance's Super Prep plastic cleaner to remove any remaining contaminants. Before we began the repair process, we made sure the broken pieces fit together properly. After aligning the pieces, we secured them with hot staples and aluminum tape. Next, we prepared the backside for repair by grinding the plastic along the cracks. Due to the severity of the damage, we knew it would be necessary to reinforce the repair by embedding fiberglass cloth into the Plastifix. We used 80 grit on a sander to remove the paint and create a shallow trench for the Plastifix and cloth. Next, we cut some strips of fiberglass cloth to fit into the trench and set them aside. Because we could orient this fairing horizontally, we were able to layer the Plastifix liquid and powder using the sprinkle method, making it easier and faster to apply. Working 3 to 4 inches at a time, we applied a couple of layers of liquid and powder, making sure we fully saturated the powder with the liquid in each layer. Before the Plastifix began to gel, we pushed the fiberglass cloth into the adhesive and then buried it under more layers of liquid and powder. The fiberglass cloth will strengthen the repair by transferring stress across the crack and into the base material. We continued working 3 to 4 inches at a time until the entire backside repair was complete. Then we waited at least an hour for the Plastifix to cure completely before we moved on to the next step. Next, we removed the aluminum tape and staples from the cosmetic side. Using a small round cutting burr, we made a groove about halfway through the plastic along the cracks to prepare for the Plastifix. We used the dropper method to apply the Plastifix on the cosmetic side. Using the dropper bottle and needle, we put 1 to 2 drops of liquid into the powder, then immediately stabbed the ball of liquid and powder to pick it up with the end of the needle. We positioned the powder ball over the groove and squeezed the bottle to dispense more liquid and wash the powder ball off the tip of the needle. We continued applying Plastifix until the grooves were slightly overfilled. We waited at least an hour until the Plastifix was cured completely before continuing. With the repair complete, we began the cosmetic refinishing process. Using 80 grit sandpaper, we sanded the Plastifix repair flush and removed the paint from the surrounding area. We applied Polyvance's 2020 SMC hard set epoxy filler over the repair area and sanded the filler with 80 grit sandpaper. Then we sanded the filler and the paint around the repair area with 180 grit sandpaper. This put a fine sand scratch into the paint to aid primer adhesion. Next, we sprayed Polyvance's 3041 Gray Waterborne Primer Surfacer and allowed it to dry. Afterward, we sanded the primer and feathered it back with 180 then 320 grit sandpaper. We repeated the process until we were satisfied with the appearance. Finally, we painted the part with a matching paint color. The finished part is as good as new and ready to be installed back on the motorcycle. Irreplaceable plastic parts like this fairing can be saved using products and techniques from Polyvance.